First, I'd like to welcome Ed Rivera, who's with me today. Ed, don't be shy, come on up. Ed is the president and CEO of the United Way of Central New Mexico. I'd also like to welcome all the city department directors who are here with us today, our team of great employees that will be working hard on this year's campaign on behalf of the city, and to all city employees who took time to come out today. Our city campaign began on August 20th and it will run through November 2nd of this year. And we're here today to formally announce the city's continued partnership with United Way of Central New Mexico. The city has had a long partnership with United Way and has raised millions of dollars over the years. In fact, in just the last 4 years alone, a large number of city employees have contributed to the United Way, and as a city we've raised over $900,000, and that's just over the last 4 years. So give yourselves a round of applause for that. That's great, guys. And the great thing about the United Way is you can see the results right here at home, and we're helping people who need our help the most. By helping the United Way of Central New Mexico, you're having a true impact on lives. You're improving lives, you're strengthening our community, and you're creating sustainable hope. I want to take a little bit of a time to read a letter to you this morning that came from someone who we'll just call Tommy's mom. She writes, "During my pregnancy, I was told there was a problem with my baby's heart. After Tommy's birth, he was placed in an induced coma and diagnosed with a genetic chromosome disorder. I was told he might remain a vegetable. I never imagined him playing, running, or laughing. When he was strong enough, he was released and came home with a set of machines. Tommy was tiny and he was fragile. His machines, feeding, and medication were hard to manage. Levita's early intervention program helped guide his developmental growth. They came in ready to do anything to get him involved. Tommy now plays with others. He loves puzzles, books, markers, constructing items, riding a tricycle, anything a child of his age enjoys. With help, he learned to bear weight on his feet. He started cruising, walking, running, and jumping. Levita made all of this possible because of your donation to the United Way of Central New Mexico's Community Fund. So if you've given in the past, I want to thank you, and I hope that you'll consider donating again this year. Our current economy is just another reason to consider increasing giving if you can afford to do so as your family. If you haven't given prior to today, I would like you to please consider giving this year, because it's your friends and your neighbors that are impacted by this great effort. I'm going to have Ed Rivera now from the United Way of Central New Mexico come up and say a few words, and then we'll go from there. So Ed?
Thank you, Mayor. We're very appreciative of all of your support and your efforts over the years. The Mayor mentioned some very impressive numbers in recent years that you've achieved, and we're so appreciative of that in terms of what that means to the community. Typically, that means about 200,000 of our residents in the area receive some benefit from one of the organizations in the Community Fund. But as many of you know, in the United Way campaign, you can choose an organization to designate your dollars, and so those dollars benefit the community as well. More than 80% of the designated dollars in a campaign stay in our area. So thank you for that as well. We're very appreciative to Colleen and Felix for your leadership in trying to manage a very big campaign in the community, so thank you for your leadership. The mayor's fairly humble. This year we partnered with the mayor and Maria in the mayor's gala this year. That's also a major portion of that event is benefiting the community fund as well. But events like Heading Home, which the mayor helped to pilot as well, significantly impact our community in terms of not only those most vulnerable, but helping to look at a circumstance and make it better, to try to improve something where we're breaking the cycle of a particular issue. Homelessness is a very tough challenge in our community, and I think the Heading Home initiative is trying to get ahead of that, and I think will have some significant impact in years to come. The collective impact model, which Heading Home is about, has given the United Way an opportunity to look at other issues in our community, like education. Many of you read all the time about the challenge of our children in the community that are not able to achieve what they would like to achieve in terms of academic achievement. A lot of that doesn't have to do with their ability to learn. A lot of that has to do with circumstances that they can't deal with on a day-to-day basis, like homelessness or hunger or substance abuse or domestic violence in their family. And so the United Way has undertaken an effort to try to work with a lot of partners and RJ and the mayor and others are going to be very involved in that to try to help get ahead of the challenge of circumstances that affect kids and families. Our goal is to have children happy, healthy, and ready to learn when they go to school. If they're not there, they can't learn. And so that's a major objective of the United Way going forward. We're looking forward to that. So we thank you, Mayor, for all that you have done to help lead so many efforts like Heading Home, our collective impact efforts. The employees of the City of Albuquerque truly embody the term mobilizing the caring power of people to care for one another. So thank you again.
Thanks. Thanks, Nick. And we have a number of organizations here today with us. If any of the media or anyone would like to chat with them, we have a lot of our community fund organizations right here. And let me just reiterate what a couple things that Ed said earlier. First of all, one of the things that's really has really struck me as a mayor over the last 2.5+ years is this idea that every time we stand up and ask the community for something that's valid and real, that really helps our community, that really has a measurable impact, this community always stands up. And I've really been humbled by that as a mayor, and I've really been impressed by that. And our city employees are absolutely no exception. In fact, they're leaders in many, many ways. When you think about $900,000 that has been raised over the last 4 years for just City of Albuquerque employees, I think that speaks volumes about what gets them up in the morning. When you have employees that care that much about their community, you know they care that much about their city, and you know they're doing great work. So once again, I take every opportunity I can to tout our city employees, and thanks again to you and everybody on the leadership team of the City of Albuquerque. Thanks so much. With that, we can answer some questions, or we can turn you over to some of our folks that do the great work in our community.
Question, Brad.
Yeah.
What's the overall goal this year, monetary?
This year's campaign goal is it's yet to be approved by the board, but it will be more than last year. Last year we achieved $27,205,000. I suspect you'll see a number that'll be approved by our board in about 2 weeks. Actually, it's a week from today. That will be greater than that number.